As I'm going along life, I am starting to realize that you can make money appear. You can just make it appear in thin air. Hear me out. Okay, so I did this thing, right? It's called wholesaling. Didn't even know it was a thing. I put a house that I didn't own under contract, and then I sold that contract to someone else. And then they bought the house, and I got the money in between. And when I actually was able to do this thing, I was blown away. I'm like, I can just make money appear out of thin air. Hi, my loves. My name is Areania, and I am here to share with you my perspective from my experience in hopes that it helps you on yours. Hit that thumbs up button down below. Subscribe to this beautiful connected family. Hit that bell notification so you know when I drop my next gem. Because I'm dropping them, baby. And last but not least, share this with someone. Share this with someone who doesn't even know that you can make money appear out of thin air. All right, let's get back to this video. So I'm living in Austin. And my cousin comes over and he's like, you got to try this thing with me. You got to get into it with me. And I'm like, what is it? And he's like, it's called wholesaling. And I'm like, what? He's like, it's called wholesaling real estate. I'm like, okay, what do I need to do? He's like, you don't got to get a license. You don't got to do nothing. All you got to do is go find a home, make sure the seller is motivated, put that home under contract, and then you sell that contract to a buyer. There are people who flip homes. There are people who just buy homes. There are people who just invest in properties. You sell it to them and you get the cut that's in between. And I was like, what? So I go out and I start doing it. It took me about 8 months, but I finally got a contract. And it went through, everything happened. Everything happened exactly like he said. And I made a good chunk of money, but that wasn't even what blew my mind. What blew my mind is there was this thing that I did. I was the middleman. I didn't even have to come out of pocket any money, and I got paid abundantly. And this is when I realized that the universe really pays you if you believe. Whatever you are creating, whatever you are doing, you can get paid by the universe. And hear me out. This is what I mean by this, because we believe that we need to work a job in order to make money. But baby, that is not true. When I sold that contract, I realized that money appears out of thin air. I didn't need to have a degree in anything. I just needed to learn this skill, better myself at it, figure out exactly what steps I needed to take in order to make this thing happen. And it happened for me. And this applies to anything you do in your life. You learn a skill, you learn something, and you can make something out of that. You are able to create abundance out of thin air. And it's so true. It's so real. You have to believe me. I promise you. What do you think the stock market is? It is a market of people exchanging money. And then what happens when you make money in the market? You are printing money out of where? Thin air. To me, that is thin air. So I'm telling you, what I noticed on this journey is all you got to do is build the skill sets within you, and then you can make money appear. But you got to believe that you can do it. You got to believe that you can learn this skill and actually make money come to you. My whole perspective changed. I was like, job? I don't need a job. And I'm not saying that a job is a bad thing, because sometimes you do need that job to save up enough to have the emergency fund, or you need to keep that job until that skill that you are doing and learning, until you master it and you actually start making the money that you need to replace the job. So jobs are not bad, don't get me wrong. But once you get that skill, you start to realize, like, damn, I've never needed anything outside of me to make money. Every single thing that you need to make money is within you. You just need to build the skills within you with books, with seminars, with videos. You can learn anything from home. YouTube University is crazy. I've learned everything that I know from books and from YouTube, and then from mentors as well. I've learned everything, and I've gotten proof that it actually works, because I become something different, something more. All this experience, nothing is wasted. I feel like we are afraid to go try a new skill or to pay for a mentor because we don't want to feel like we are wasting our time or our efforts or our money. But you aren't wasting it. You are going to learn something. There are some things that I invested in on my journey, and I didn't feel like I got what I needed out of it. But when I go back, I know that I learned something from that. Either that mentor said something that really stuck with me, or it changed my perspective of how I saw the market, or whatever I was doing, I learned something. So investing in yourself is never bad. But all I'm saying, let's get back to the point. When you learn skills, you are able to grow them and build them, and then you make money appear. And this is all business is. You are creating this thing that people need, and then you are putting all your energy and your efforts to figure out what skills you need to build that business. And then you start giving value to the market, to the people, and then money starts coming to you. When you make money on your own from your business, it is going to change your whole perspective on money. You are going to understand that you are capable of making money. You are capable of making money appear. You don't need outside sources to make money. Yes, you may need outside sources for stability, but you don't need the outside money. Everything is within you. And I'm starting to realize that. Wholesaling changed everything for me. I'm telling you. Once I did that, I was like, never will I ever think that I need a job again. If I go to a job, I know that I'm just using that thing to get to my next part of my journey. But I promise you, with me having the experience of making money out of nowhere, I was blown away. Now I'm thinking like, okay, how can I be the middleman for something else? How can I make money this way? How can I make, it made my mind go crazy. It wanted to know so much more. I feel like we think that there are so many limits in life, but there really aren't. Like, if you believe that you are a limitless being and that you are capable of anything, your subconscious mind starts moving you in that way. You start trying to find ways to make whatever you believe happen for you. That's why belief is so important. So if you believe that money appears out of thin air, baby, then it does. And I know, trust me. When I say stuff, maybe it sounds crazy, but I'm gonna keep it real good. I don't wanna sound like everybody else. I wanna let you know that you can make so much money just by building a skill, just by figuring out, what do I love to do? Okay, how can I make money doing this? That's all you gotta do, and you will figure it out. But you just gotta ask yourself those questions. Let's make this money appear out of thin air, baby. Whew. Let's make this money appear, baby. You can do it, I'm telling you. And once you make that first amount of money, you're gonna be like, what? I could have been doing this the whole time? You're gonna get addicted. All right, my loves. I hope this message reaches who it needs to reach. As crazy as it sounds, I promise you, money appears out of thin air. I'll talk to you soon. Mwah.